Welcome to another Fabricate Friday video on my blog and YouTube channel. I'm Suzanne, a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada. Oh, hello friend. Look at the project I want to share with you today. It's a fold flat, but it's like a tuck. The end sort of tucks in, and it's like that. How cool is that? So the inspiration came from a chocolate box, and it had chocolate in here. One of my clients actually gave it to me. It's funny, not with the chocolate. The box was empty. I know, right? But she said, oh, I know you do boxes, and I thought you'd be able to figure out how to make it, and I kind of did, and I'm really happy with it. It's pretty much close. This one's a little banged up, and it's with thicker cardstock, and I didn't really like the way it was sort of gaping, so I thought using designer series paper would do. So I will show you how to construct it. It's pretty easy, actually. Okay, with a piece of cardstock that is sized 9 by 7.5, on the long side we're going to score at 1/2, 1, and 1 1/4, and then 4 3/8, 5 7/8, and then we're going to tick at 5 1/8. So the one tick mark right after the 5. So we're just going to flip it, and we're going to score or tick 5 1/8 on that side. Okay, so now we're on to the short side. We're going to score at 3 and 4 1/2. Keep your stylus out. Bring out a ruler, because we have to make those triangle shapes. So it'll probably be easier if I show you on the light paper. So I can see where my little tick is. So my stylus is sort of poked right in the center, and I'm just going to bring my ruler up against it. You can see a little bit better that way, and right to that tick mark that we made, and then I'm just going to score the heck out of it. Okay, and same with this one. I'm just going to poke my little stylus in here, and then go right to that triangle, right to that edge, and make a triangle. All right. And then we got to do this on with this side where this tick mark was. So there we go. So again, just put your stylus right in the score line corner. Line your ruler up to that tick. There we go. One more time. Okay, so there's one, we need to use our ruler a little bit more. At the same tick mark where the score lines intersect, we're going to go right from this corner right to the edge. And this is going to make folding the box a lot easier. It's a weird angle. Sorry. There we go. And then this is the side that has the 3 little score lines. So what we're going to do is take our stylus, and we're just going to draw a line from this corner right to the first score line that we run into. And the same. Okay. Now, don't worry about all the angles. We're just going to fold and burnish on all of the score lines that are horizontal. Okay, so now we're going to fold this side. Okay, we are going to cut a little bit, and then I'm going to do some tracing. So you can see that we have 1, 2, 3 score lines here. We're going to the last one, and we're going to take up to the middle, and then we're going to wedge out at the middle, just like that. Same here, wedge out. There you go. Okay, so this is what I have decided that is probably the easiest. What I want to do is sort of measure out 3/4 of an inch, or whatever, like 3/4 of an inch. So those triangles that we actually cut out, I'm going to draw a pencil mark 3/4 of an inch and just draw it to the first score line. Same with this one. This is just a cutting guide, and I'm thinking that it might be a little bit easier if you can eyeball it. That's what I did on the first one, and I had a little gap. So I kind of just wanted to 3/4 of an inch to that first score line. Okay, and then 3/4 of an inch. Quickly mark that. So we're going from pencil mark to pencil mark, pencil mark to pencil mark. Okay, so that's what we're actually going to cut on. Okay, so I'm flipping it around, and I'm just going to find 3/4 of an inch on this side, 3/4 of an inch on that side. Draw a line. So I'm laying it perpendicular. I'm laying it right next to those long triangles that we put. It'll all come together, I promise. Okay. That's it. So all we're going to do is cut along these pencil lines. So I'm going to save these for layering or whatever. Okay, so now we have, we just need to fold and score those triangles. So that's what I'm doing. And now you can see as we fold the box together, I'm taking that triangle side and my square and my rectangle side, and I'm just going to help that score along. And the nice thing is we sort of pre-scored it, but you do want to make sure, I mean, that was just sort of a guide to get it moving because it was easier to do that. Do the other side. So I'm just sort of matching that triangle side up to the rectangle side, laying it flat. And I don't know if you can, I'm just burnishing it with my fingernail because it's sharp enough as it is. And the last side. Oops. There's the triangle. There we go. So it should all fit together quite nicely if everything went well. Bring this part up. Ta-da! And then you can slip that one inside. Now this gives you a little bit of room. Gives you that 1/4 inch bit of room in case you have something really bulky that you want to put in there. But if you don't, you can squash it right back down into a very tight triangle, which I think is really cute. Okay, so there is one little addition. You probably saw this part. So all I did was I took a 2 7/8 by 2 7/8 square. I'm just going to put, actually I'll fold it in half. No score line necessary, really. And then glue, just some fast fuse adhesive. Then I use my 3/4 inch circle punch, and I kind of just want to mark, that's where I want the top of the circle to be. So I'm angling it in. Punch. And then I have a corner rounder. These are EK Success, I believe. Stampin' Up doesn't sell corner rounders anymore, but I'm sure somewhere along the lines we will. This is completely optional, but that just fits in there so that it gives you a little bit of, you know, if you wanted to hang it on somebody's, on a Christmas tree maybe. There you go. I have a little bit of Tranquil Tide and Lemon Lime Twist ink, and I used a Stitch Shapes, the smallest square for the stitched shapes, and just a regular square piece for, they were exactly the same size, so I just put it cattywampus. But there you go. How cute is that? Anyway, thanks so much for joining me, and of course everything you need to know is on the blog. Bye!
Hey, thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. On screen are 2 more videos for inspiration. Click on the maple leaf to visit my website, or click on me to subscribe to my channel. Thanks again for watching.